Checkpoint. Yeah, how have you been? How has your day been? I hope you are good. All right, so I would like to start today by saying thank you, and thank you again. Thank you because you are our VIP, our very important person, because you are the one who has been watching our videos all this while. So I want to say thank you, and thank you again for watching our videos, for liking our videos, for sharing our videos, for even calling on your loved ones to be a part of what we do at Checkpoint. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments, your observations, for all of these things you do. We are indeed very, very grateful. So thank you for all that you are doing. And because of all that you do, our message is reaching a wider audience. And for that, I am indeed very, very grateful. Now, today on Checkpoint, I have a very, very interesting topic for you, and it's something that will be very valuable for you. So, you know what you're going to do for me? Go ahead, share this video, share the link, share it to everyone you know. Share it to your loved ones, because you may not know what they are truly going through at the moment. So share it to everyone who loves you, those you love, those who love you. Share it to everyone. And I'll be right back after this break. So don't go anywhere, because I have something very important to share with you. Remember, today's topic is spicy, is interesting, is something that you need in your life. So don't go anywhere. Share the link, share the link. Yes, you, share the link. And let's do this together. I believe that you'll be heavily impacted by the things I want to share with you today. So what are you waiting for? Share the link and join back. I don't want to look for you. All right, I'll be back right after this break. All right, welcome back to Checkpoint. Now, I told you that today's topic is a very interesting one. And today on Checkpoint, I'll be sharing with you a very important topic. And today's topic is simple: managing anxiety in times like this. Let me say it again: managing anxiety in times like this. When the word anxiety is heard, what comes to your mind? What do you think about when you hear the word anxiety? Now, many people will be like, oh, I don't have anxiety. But there are things that truly make you have anxiety. And today on Checkpoint, we'll be looking at basic ways through which you can manage your anxiety. Anxiety is a future-oriented state of mind that causes you to worry about unforeseen circumstances, that causes you to worry about future experiences and future occurrences. So you are worried about what is going to happen tomorrow. Oh, if I don't do this now, this will soon happen. You know, anxiety happens to even the very best of us. Let me tell you the truth. I have had my own fair share of anxiety. And the truth of the matter is that the fact that I've had it before now does not also mean that even though I'm the one teaching you, I may not have it tomorrow. The difference is this time is that when it comes again, I'll be able to manage it effectively. We all get anxious from time to time. Different things make us anxious. It could be the fact that we're getting to a certain age. It could be the fact that we do not have money to be able to meet our basic needs. It could be that a loved one is in the hospital. It could be that something terrible is about to happen to your career or to somebody who you truly care about. Anxiety happens to every one of us. So today, I'm just going to share with you how best to manage anxiety. Now, I understand that at this very moment, it is possible that you do not have anxiety. I understand that it is possible that at this very moment of your life, there is no anxiety in your life. But then you have to understand that it can come at every given time, all right? So it may even come an hour later from this video. It can come next week. It can come a day later. So you have to be prepared for when it comes, so that when it comes, it does not hijack you. It does not take you over, all right, your life. So we are going to talk about anxiety. Now, like I said earlier, every one of us have had our own fair share of anxiety. There are things that make us uncomfortable. There are things that give us this kind of mental uneasiness, all right? Anxiety is basically a state of restlessness, and it causes great agitation. You begin to, in fact, feel pain in certain areas of your body. Sometimes it can even present itself as a panic attack. So you see yourself breathing heavily. You can even see yourself. In fact, anxiety causes episodes of fear. It can cause heart palpitations. It can even cause you to start trembling. You see some people, they begin to sweat unnecessarily. Some people even shake in the face of such anxiety. Others, it gives them sleepless night. But what I want to share with you today is that no matter how this anxiety presents itself in your life, it's important that you know that it can be managed. Now, I'm not talking about clinical anxiety, all right? So there are antidepressants and other anti-anxiety drugs that other people, that the medical field recommends. So I'm not talking about medical anxiety. My focus today is on just the emotional anxiety that you have from time to time. I don't know how many of you can share your experiences with me here on this platform. So let me know. Let me also learn from you. Send in the comment section, type in something and tell me when you felt anxious. There must have been a time, a moment in your life, not so long ago or very long ago, that you felt very anxious, or you felt this anxiety level building up inside of you. All right. So, or maybe you had a very distressing desire. So let me know what it is, how it came to you, and what you were able to do, because anxiety is a real issue in the lives of so many people. As a matter of fact, some people are not able to manage their anxiety. Now, truth be told, there are several things that can cause anxiety, all right? There are things that you know you want to do about something, and then you feel so helpless. It can create great anxiety for you. In fact, there are times that you're looking for money to be able to solve a particular need, and you practically see yourself trembling. You're not trembling because you do not know that it's money that you need. You're trembling because you are asking yourself questions. How did I get to this point? How did I come to this point? How did I get myself into this kind of problem? All right. There are several things going on in your mind. Anxiety can even come up maybe when you have an interview, or you feel you're not very prepared for a particular job interview. That can cause you to even start trembling and shaking. Anxiety can come maybe when you're expecting a medical result. You've done a medical process, and then or some medical test, and then you're waiting for the results to come back, and then you have this sleeplessness because you are asking yourself, what will the result be? What will the future be? That was why I told you first and foremost that anxiety is a future-oriented state of the mind, because you are trying to foresee what's going to happen in the next minute, what's going to happen in the next hour, what's going to happen by tomorrow if I don't do this, what's going to happen by next week if I don't do this. So you have to figure out for yourself what are the things that cause your anxiety, so that you'll be able to know how to manage yourself. This is very important. Many of us, especially in the festive seasons, will begin to get worried. You know, ladies will begin to look at the calendar. Oh, the year is coming to an end and I'm not married again. And what story did I tell last year? And how am I going to start telling a brand new story this year? You know, such things can cause great anxiety. A woman who is pregnant, who is about to deliver, will be asking herself, what if this baby doesn't make it out alive? What if I don't get to carry this baby in my hands? And there are so many other things that can cause anxiety. You have to figure out for yourself, what is it that causes anxiety for me, so that you'll be able to manage it well. So this is why I'm shooting this video today, just to help you through with your anxiety. Now, it's possible you're not going through anxiety now, but there is somebody beside you, a father, a mother, a sister, a brother, a friend, who might be going through anxiety. And the things I'm going to share in this video will greatly help you to be able to help out that friend, help out that family member. And by the time you do that, you'll be able to help them pull through. One thing we have to know is this: many people are not able to manage their anxiety. As a matter of fact, lack of proper anxiety management can even lead to death. Yes, you heard me. You heard me loud and clear. Not managing your anxiety properly can lead to death. In fact, a particular woman, her child had left the supermarket where she went to shop for something, and as she was about to race, she looked around, she didn't see the child, and out of anxiety, not thinking well, not thinking properly, she dashed out into the main road and she was shouting, "Junior, where are you? Junior, where are you? And that was how she got hit by a truck, simply because she was not looking. She felt that anxiety, that pressure built up, and then she could not control it. Only for her she didn't know that her child had gone to the toy section of the supermarket, and the child was just checking out some toys. He was not, he didn't even know. He just saw some shiny toys and just walked across that place. And the woman just assumed that I was with him right now, and he must have walked into the main road. And not looking properly, she went and got herself killed. There are tons and tons of stories like that can truly, that buttress the fact that anxiety can lead to death. So what you are doing is important. Watching this video right now is important, because if you watch it, you'll be able to advise properly. Or if you watch it, you will be able to manage your own emotions, especially when you are experiencing anxiety. So can I share with you quickly how to manage your anxiety? Number one way that you can use in managing your anxiety is that you have to stay in your time zone. Stay in your time zone. Are you aware that by this time of the day, it's getting late here in Africa? In some other parts of the world, it is broad daylight. Right? It is broad daylight. Okay, so while we're experiencing darkness, some other people in another time zone are experiencing daylight. Now, if you are in darkness, calm down, because darkness will not last forever. Darkness will only happen for a certain season. Darkness will not be forever. So the mere fact that other people are in their own light season and you are in your own dark season does not mean that very soon you will not also experience light, and they too will experience darkness. Stay in your time zone. You might say, oh, this person was just 20 and she got married. Oh, this person was just 25 and she got married. Why am I 35 and I'm not married? Stay in your time zone. Haven't you seen somebody who got married at 25 and died at 35? Haven't you seen that? It happens. I'm not saying that everybody who gets married at 25 will die at 35. What I'm saying is that our lives are different. Our time zones are different. Our experiences in this life are going to be different. What we are going to encounter is certainly going to be different. All right? So the fact that you are experiencing what you call a delay, understand that your life is in the hands of the Master, and He knows best how best to bless you, how best to lift you up, how best to move you forward. So it's possible that there are some dangers, some hidden problems that are being removed from your life so that they do not occur in your life. There's a favorite scripture I have from the Bible that says that the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and it added no sorrow. Listen to me. At what point was sorrow not added? You need to understand this. See, the blessings of God, everyone is blessed, right? Everyone experiences God's blessing, but the Bible says it maketh rich and it added no sorrow. If it does not add sorrow, it means that sorrow has been subtracted from that blessing. And the point at which sorrow was being subtracted from the blessing was the point you thought you were experiencing what we call delay. So sometimes those things you call delay are God's ways of being able to remove the unacceptable from your life, being able to separate the things that are not meant to be in your life from your life, so that you can actually experience happiness, joy, and fruitfulness in your life. See, God wants you to be blessed. Let me say this again in case you did not hear me. God wants you blessed. He wants you to rejoice. He wants you to be happy. But then He does not do everything for us at the same time. See, for Mary, she was a young woman and she got pregnant by the overshadowing power of the Almighty. For Elizabeth, she was an old woman and she still got pregnant because God had ordained it. So Sarah got pregnant when she was about 90 years. I'm not saying you're going to be 90 for your blessings to come, but you have to understand this, that God makes all things beautiful in His time, not in our time. So that is why you have to stay in your time zone. The time zone that God has allotted to you is the best time. The Bible says He makes all things beautiful in His time. So you're not yet married, wait for your time. Stay in your time zone. You have not gotten that job yet, despite you feel overqualified, stay in your time zone. You have not gotten that contract yet, despite the fact that you bid earlier before most others, stay in your time zone. You feel like your life is dragging behind, like your desires are not being met, stay in your time zone. It might be daylight in America, but in Africa it is darkness. And very soon, when it is daylight in Africa, it will soon be darkness in America. So relax. The Bible says that weeping can only endure for a night. Weeping does not have capacity to endure for too long. I'm telling you, weeping may be in your life right now, but it will not endure for too long. Despite how heavy the challenge you are going through is right now, very soon you will smile. Very soon you will smile again. Look at somebody who has been bereaved or somebody who has been going through hell. They cry a lot, but after a while they smile again. I know in my heart that God is going to cause you to smile again. If you're the one I'm talking to, let me know in the comment section. You will smile again. Let me know. Type it in the comment section and say, I will smile again. It doesn't matter how bad what you are experiencing is right now. You will smile again. I'm so certain about that. All right, so let's talk about number 2 way to manage anxiety in your life. Number 2 way to manage anxiety in your life is to relabel that experience. Relabel your experience. So you are experiencing a problem, you are experiencing a challenge in your life. Relabel it. Somebody will be like, how do I relabel? I already have a label for it. Yes, you have a label, but make an attempt to relabel it. One of the worst things that have happened to me in this life so far is the loss of my dad. When I lost my dad, I felt like my world had crumbled. I felt like life had ended for me, you know. I lost touch. I didn't feel anything anymore. In fact, I couldn't feel sympathy for people. I couldn't feel pain. I was just numb. I don't know if you've ever had any feeling like that. I was numb from head to toe. I was practically emotionless. Couldn't smile, couldn't feel sad, couldn't feel shocked, couldn't feel surprised. It took a while for me to come around. Now, this was one of the worst things that happened to me. But I had to sit back and ask myself, if not me, who should it be? After all, people's fathers have been dying every day since the day I was born. In fact, I have people who are my age who did not even meet their father. I had to relabel that experience for me. I had 77 whole years to enjoy him. Now, for some other people, they didn't know who their father was. For some other people, before they were born, their fathers died. And they still are thanking God and they still are happy. So for me, I had to sit down and ask myself, is this the worst thing that could have happened? What if you didn't get to know him? What if he died when you were still a child? What if he died when you could not even help him? What if he died when you could not even contribute anything to his life? I can comfortably say that my father enjoyed me, at least the little that God gave me while it lasted. So there is still something to be grateful for. You know, there are people who have grown up, if they cannot narrate any experience with their father because they did not even get to meet him. And then some don't even know who their father is. So there are cases that are worse than mine. That is why you have to relabel your experience. This was how I was able to relabel my experience, and it got better. It did not remove the pain. It did not remove the sadness. It did not remove the kind of, the magnitude of pain I felt. No, it did not remove it, because this is 3 years later. It still hurts badly. But then, I relabeled that experience. I told myself, at least I enjoyed him for a while. What if he died as a teenager? What if he died as a young adult and didn't even get to give birth to me? So there are things to be happy about. So I relabeled my experience. I told myself, well, he passed. Well, he lived, at least. Well, I enjoyed him. Well, I have stories to tell, beautiful stories I can tell to my children and to my children's children about who he was and the impact he made. Well, he had some things he left behind. He had a book he wrote, An Experience with God. Powerful, wonderful book. Sometimes when I want to get in touch with with him, right? I just pick the book and then I read through. At that moment, I feel like I am refreshing, keeping his memory ever fresh in my life. So it was the worst thing that happened to me, but I had to relabel it. I don't know what your worst thing is. It's possible that what I'm narrating as my own worst experience might even be nothing to you based on the fact that you have seen it worse. So no matter how worse it gets, no matter how bad it gets, relabel that experience. Tell yourself, after all, there is something. See, if you are sick in your body and you are wondering, is this how I'm going to die? Is this, at least thank God that, for somebody who is even having a terminal sickness, all right? You're having a terminal sickness, you know that this sickness is going to kill you. You know that this sickness is going to take your life. You know that this sickness is going to be the end of you. At least you were not hit by a truck and died instantly, right? Which means that you have an opportunity to make amends. You have an opportunity to settle grievances with the people that you are not happy with, the people that you have held in your heart with unforgiveness. At least you were sick before you died. You know you are dying. At least it's an advantage. The advantage there is that you are able to prepare yourself, you are able to prepare your mind, you're able to prepare your legacies, you're able to reconcile with people that you need to reconcile. See, there is always something good about life. Somebody died as a teenager, and here you are, getting older. You're no longer a teenager. It's something for you to be grateful for. So relabel your experience. Take this practice, take a paper and pen in your hand and ask yourself, is this the worst that can happen to me? You might be saying, oh, my business is crashing. Oh, my business is getting terrible and things are going to, listen to me, relax with that anxiety. There is somebody who is in the hospital, who is incapacitated, who cannot do business. At least you are alive and strong enough and healthy enough to do business. That is not the worst thing that can happen. Anxiety happens when we begin to think of that future situation and we begin to worry about what the outcome will likely be. Thank God that at least you have a business. This is not the worst that can happen. There is somebody somewhere who does not even have the business. The person does not even have the income, the capital to start the business that you have started. Tell yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen? Even if this business crumbles, I will start again and I will do it again as long as I have life. There is somebody who wants to do that business you want to do, but the person does not have life anymore. The person made a plan, but the person could not leave. But at least you are alive. Appreciate God for that. Relabel your experience. You are not in the hospital with your leg hung up. Appreciate life. Celebrate life. Relabel your experience. No matter how terrible you think you are having it in life, there is somebody somewhere who is having it worse than you. If you think, oh, my vision is not speaking. I have a vision, but this vision is not speaking. Remember that there is somebody who is so hungry that they do not have a vision. They are so hungry that the urgent problem they have right now is just to see food to put in their mouth. And you are here thinking about vision. There is somebody somewhere. They are scared. The way you are relaxed, you feel like sleeping. That person cannot sleep. You know why? Because bomb just landed behind them. They don't know if the bomb is going to land on their head the next time. They are in a war-torn country. They're in a war-torn zone. They are fighting war. They just had a bomb take off. They don't know if that bomb is going to be the end of them. They are running for their life. And they don't even know if where they're running to is where the bomb will land. So, I'm just trying to tell you that no matter what it is you're going through, there is somebody who is having it worse. The least you can do is to relabel your experience. All right, relabel your experience. Let me share with you number 3 way to manage your anxiety. Don't get fixated on the worst case scenario. All right, don't get fixated on the worst case scenario. There are many times that whenever we are having a particular problem or encountering a particular situation, we begin to think the worst case scenario. We begin to just focus on the worst case scenario. What if? What if? What if? What if? Listen to me. If you're thinking of what if you die, think about what if you live, right? If you're thinking of what if I get sick, think about what if I'm so healthy and I'm bouncing. There is always a flip side to your what if. Let me say this again. There is always a flip side to your what if. So ask yourself, what if? What if? The other positive kind of what if. Don't ask yourself the worst case scenario kind of what if. You're in a relationship. Don't say what if we break up. Don't say, what if he stops loving me? Say, what if I have an amazing life with this person I'm in a relationship with? Because there are other what ifs to it. It must not be that your worst case scenario. So stop thinking about the worst that can happen, the worst that will happen, the worst that you think is about to happen. Think about the good that can happen. You see, we are human beings, yet we are spirit beings, right? And because we are spirit beings, we have ability to draw and attract to ourselves situations and things. So you have to be careful about what you attract your way. All right, be careful about the attraction, things you attract into your life. Because if you're a positive person, you attract positivity into your life. If you're a constantly negative person, you attract negativity to your life. Let me tell you, there are people who are richer than you, but they don't have peace. They are not happy. They are not contented with themselves. You see the way you can just stand up and dance and be happy? They cannot be happy. Because even as much as they have money, they have a lot of negativity in them. They are always thinking about the worst case scenario. What if armed robbers come here? What if kidnappers kidnap me? They're always thinking about the worst that can happen in their lives. But I like you to just surround yourself with positive thoughts. Because when you are positive, eventually you attract positivity into your life. Stop getting fixated on the worst case scenario. You want your anxiety to end. You want to begin to feel better. You want to begin to feel more alive. Think about the positives. Let your what ifs be, what if this business blooms? What if all the people that said I will not succeed eventually see me succeeding? What if I excel in my career? What if this wonderful person gets to get married to me and then we have a beautiful life? What if my health improves from this age that I am in? What if? Think about all the what ifs. It's possible. Let me tell you this again, in case you need to hear it from me. It is still possible. Don't be pessimistic. Don't be filled with negativity. Don't be filled with the things that you feel are not going to work. What if? What if your children grow up to be responsible? Don't be saying, what if my children become armed robbers? That's a negative, very destructive kind of thinking, right? So what if my children become so successful that they become employers of labor? What if my children become the presidents of our country? What if my children become the international businessmen? What if my children become inventors and innovators? What if my children become the light of our generation? What if? These are beautiful what ifs that you need to add into your life, all right? So this is very, very, very important. Very, very important. Number 4 thing I'd like to share with you on how to manage your anxiety is that you have to practice deep breathing. Practice deep breathing. Personally, I have encountered moments when I really had anxiety, right? And in fact, I'll practically feel like my heart's jumping out, you know, like my heart is about to drop from my body. I can hear the sound of my heart beating, you know, because of the level of anxiety I am experiencing. One thing that has greatly helped me is my ability to practice deep breathing, right? So deep breathing basically is you take a deep breath at once like this. But don't exhale immediately, right? So when you take a deep breath, don't just do, no, don't do that. So when we want to practice deep breathing, just taking a deep breath, then begin to exhale gradually, till you get all the air out. So can we practice it? As a matter of fact, it is recommended that you do this within about 5 seconds to 5 minutes if you can. So, can we practice it? But we're not going to do 5 minutes in this video. So just, you take a deep breath, hold for a while, and then you can breathe out at once, you can breathe out gradually, but whatever it is, you see that every time you exhale, you feel better. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where you are feeling that anxiety, you know, there's this restlessness, distressing kind of desire, you are feeling those palpitations, you're sweating, you are shaking and trembling, just take deep breaths. While you're taking those deep breaths, another thing you can do is to practice the 3-3-3 action. The 3-3-3 action is just basically to ask yourself, what are the 3 things I can see? Look around your environment. Where I am, I can see a camera, I can see lights, I can see a chair right in front of me. So practice, ask yourself what you can see, because if you do not get very aware of your environment, you can start having a panic attack or even a heart attack or even anything. So practice, what can you see? Then ask yourself, the second three is, what can you hear? I can hear the sound of a fan blowing. You can see it affecting my clothes. I can hear the sound of some youths having a meeting somewhere. I can hear the sound of, I hear the sound of a ball bouncing somewhere in my environment. Then the third three is, what can you feel? What can you feel? I can feel my dress. I can feel my face. I can feel the chair I'm sitting on. So ask yourself, those are the three. What can you see? What can you hear? What can you feel? If you're able to do that, then you sort of settle yourself. So it's important that when you're feeling anxiety, pause and do 3, 3, 3. What you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, and then practice deep breaths. Take in an amount of air, hold, and then exhale gradually. When you do this for a good number of time, you see that you have been able to relax. As a matter of fact, if you are feeling very anxious and having anxiety, don't even respond to anybody, because you end up giving people bad words, saying the wrong things that you did not plan to say. In fact, if you practice this, it will help you with emotional intelligence, because at the end of the day, you will be able to say the right things without letting your emotions spill, or even allowing what we call emotional hijack, when your emotions have hijacked you. Instead of you being in control of your emotions are now in control of you. And that's a terrible place to be. You see yourself doing things that you live to regret, and those things are not okay for you. I hope you're getting impacted. I hope you're getting some clarification, some illumination from what I'm sharing with you. Remember, our topic is managing anxiety in times like this. All right, so let's talk about number 5. Number 5 thing that you have to do in order to manage your anxiety is that you should remove anything or anyone that is an anxiety trigger from your space. Remove anything or anyone that is an anxiety trigger from your space. Do you know that there are people in your life that can create anxiety for you? It's not healthy. And you may say, oh, they are family members. Listen to me. You may not live long enough if you keep those people around you. Somebody that whenever they come around you, you are shouting, you are quarreling, you are fighting. No. In fact, to love them is to give them space. To love them properly, shift them far away from where you are. Reach out to them, help them. Don't allow them to be in trouble. Anything you can do for them, do. But please, they should maintain space. Listen to me. Whether they are your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your spouse, your child, if they do not give you rest, if at every given time you see them, you are quarreling, you are shouting, you are hiding something, you are getting heartbroken, please give them some space for the sake of your life. For the sake of your life. If every time your heart is doing heart palpitations all the time, you will die before your time. Oh. I'm telling you. And you know what? The person who is causing that heart palpitation, the person who is giving you all of that anxiety will live longer. Because sometimes they do not even know the impact of what they are doing in your life. They may be hurting you, but they don't even know they are hurting you. Because naturally, it is natural for them to hurt you. It is natural for them to behave that way. And when they behave that way, they do not know that what they are doing is actually hurting you. So there are people like that in your life. See, stay far away from them. If they need help, help them. If they need money, if you have money, please send to them. If they need your attention, please give them the attention for that time. And then after, shift for the sake of your sanity. All right? So, one of the number 5 point I'm sharing with you is that you should remove anyone or anything. If there is something that is causing anxiety triggers in your life, please shift away from there. If all the time looking at Facebook, you see, this one, they have a good marriage, oh, you see this one, see money everywhere. Ah, this one has packed into their house. Wow. This one, oh, they have a vacation in France. Oh, they also went from France to Paris. Listen to me. Stop. Leave Facebook. Facebook is an app, right? On your phone. Just press uninstall until when you have the capacity to be on Facebook. If it is Instagram that is doing that to you, all the filters they use to make sure that their face is looking a certain way, you say, oh, Father Lord, see skin. This one I have. Is this spoon? Listen to me. Listen to me. Some of the things you are seeing on social media, some of them are not real. Don't go ahead and start eating your seed today because you are seeing somebody else enjoying their harvest. Let me say it again. Oh. It might look like an old woman's proverb, but listen to me. It is one I formulated. Don't go and start eating your seed. Just because you saw another person eating their harvest. If they are eating their harvest, it simply means that they made effort to sow their seeds. And when their seeds germinated and grew, they were able to see harvest to eat. Don't go and start eating your seed because you see another person eating their harvest. A word is enough for the wise, though. Remove anything, remove anyone that is a constant trigger for your anxiety. If going on social media is a problem for you, you go there, after going there, you start crying. You say, God, see how people are celebrating marriage. These are celebrating child education. This one is celebrating housewarming. This one went for vacation. Oh, God, see this one, eating rich man food. Oh, this one went to a Chinese restaurant. Listen to me, control yourself. It is you who control yourself. There's always something to see. And some of the people you are seeing, you don't know if they borrowed money to do what they are doing. So, remove. What did I say? Remove. Type it. Type it in the comment section. Remove. Oh, remove. Remove. Should I sing with remove? I can work a new album for you with remove. Remove anything or anyone that is consistently causing an anxiety trigger from your space. Shift them far from you. You deserve life. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live, to laugh, and to love. Listen to me. It is your right to live, to laugh, and to love. So anything that is causing that kind of pain, that kind of disturbance in your life, please shift it far away from yourself. And number 6, something I like to recommend for everyone is that another way to manage your anxiety is to eat healthy and exercise. Do you know there are people that when they get depressed or unhappy, they will eat food as if they are planning to commit suicide with food. There are people that when they are sad, the only thing that comes to their mind is food. They just sit down in one place and begin to eat. They call it binge eating. Binge eating. You can't binge eat and expect to be healthy. When you are sad, when you are depressed, don't go start eating all the things that you should not be eating. Just because, oh, I'm sad, I need some more. You take chocolate, you take ice cream, you eat everything, you combine everything in your system. Listen to me. You need to live. And part of the reasons how you can help manage your anxiety is that you have to eat healthy and then exercise. Don't just be in one place dormant like that. Make sure that you are exercising, moving your body. Is this one body that you have? The only place where you live is not in your house. Many people assume that where you live is your house. You don't live in your house, you live in your body. This is your temple. This is the one that belongs to you. Houses can change, but this temple, you can only maintain it well. So eat healthy and exercise the best way you can. Exercise does not mean you should start running throughout the whole street. Exercise does not mean you have to start carrying big iron. Listen to me. There are exercises that are appropriate for your health, and there are exercises that are not appropriate for your health. Check yourself very well. If possible, meet the doctor before you start an exercise. Don't say, oh, this is the exercise I saw them doing on television. They might be doing it on television because they are fit already. Your body is not fit. Exercise can kill you if you are not able to figure out what type of exercise that is okay and healthy for you. That somebody ran does not mean you should run. That somebody was carrying weight lift does not mean you should carry weight lift. There are people that have very fragile bones. If you carry weight lift, you visit the orthopedic hospital and they will keep you for a very, very long time. Some others are stronger. Some others have different body builds. So know what your body build is and maintain it. Don't try to be like anybody. Don't be in a rush to be like anybody, right? see, I've seen people that are very slim that are unfit, and I've seen people that are very fat that are fit. It's not an issue of your size. It's an issue of your regimen, what your body looks like. So please take note, eat healthy, exercise, and manage your anxiety so that anxiety does not kill you. As a matter of fact, there are people that anxiety can kill. There are people that have died, not because of the sickness they're having, just because of the worry, the level of worry they are exhibiting for the sickness, the level of restlessness, the way they are shaking and trembling. Just the sound of the sickness has killed them before the actual sickness even remembered them. So anxiety is a killer. And I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want anything to happen to your loved ones. So that's why make sure you are sharing this video. You see that the video is loaded, right? It's so loaded. Very, very interesting, engaging, and instructive. So please do well to share it to somebody. Make sure. And in case you just joined us, you just joined after I have mentioned point 6, please go back to the beginning of this video and watch to the end. Don't just enter halfway and say, oh, I heard what she said. She was talking about anxiety. That's not all I have said. All right, let me tell you about number 7. Number 7 way for you to manage your anxiety is that you have to connect with a strong support system. Have a strong support system. Everyone in life should have a certain group of people that are around you that make you feel better. People you can really tell how you are feeling. All right, so it may be your parents, it could be your siblings, it could be your friends, it could be your mentees or mentors. But let there be people in your life that you can really tell how you are feeling at every given time. It could be your spouse, but make sure that there are people by your side. Every one of us need those kind of people. I can't count how many times I have been feeling very sad, very depressed, very worried about something. Just being in a different circle or just family and friends, I was able to get revived. It has happened not once, not twice, not thrice, several times. So have a strong support system. People that when you just hang around them, you talk a little, you feel better. People that care for you, people that truly love you. Not people that are always looking for how to collect from you, but people who are looking for how to give to you. Those are people you should hang around. Now, a strong support system is a lifesaver. They keep you straight. They help you to think straight. They help you to organize your thoughts. They help to make you feel better. They are the people that will tell you, oh, relax. No. Today, you're not going to worry about anything. I'm going to handle it. Those kind of people are priceless. Those kind of people are invaluable. If you have somebody in your life that releases your burden, if you have somebody in your life that helps lift your body, makes things lighter for you, don't joke with people like that in your life. There are not many people, because most people in your life are just there to collect. There are few people in your life who are there to give to you. Some they may not give you money because they don't have money, but they can give you peace. Some they can give you joy. Some they can give you happiness. Some they can give you advice that will push your life forward. Advice that will make you to excel in life. So please, don't say, oh, I'm looking for those that will be giving me. Giving is not only money. There are people that they have money and everything, but then they don't have joy. They are not glad. They are sad. Very, very sad set of people. You don't want that in your life, right? Okay. So let's move forward. Let me share with you number 8 way through which you can manage your anxiety is that you have to do something that makes you happy. Many of us are so hard on ourselves. Hey, so hard. We can be so hard on ourselves. We don't even show pity for ourselves. And that's why it makes sense why we're not able to show compassion and pity to others. Do something that makes you happy. Listen to me. What makes me happy cannot be what makes you happy. What makes you happy cannot be what makes me happy. We just have to figure out what it is that makes us happy. I have somebody who said that if she's sad, she begins to cook. Cooking makes her happy. That's not me. I am not her. She is not me. I don't feel like cooking when I am sad. When I'm sad, I have so many other things I get to do. I might decide to watch a movie. I might decide to just see how I can better somebody else's life or do something. You know, it's different. It's different. For you watching me right now, my own is not your own. Your own is not my own. Do what makes you happy. If it is playing a sport that makes you happy, by all means, make sure that you integrate sport playing in your life. If it is watching comedy, you just want to be watching where people are laughing, please go and get a movie that is comedy, watch it, and laugh along. Life is short, life is too short to be sad. I'm saying again, life is too short to be sad. This little time we have here on earth, enjoy it. Live it while it lasts. Trust God. Love God. Love your fellow human beings. Love yourself. We always miss ourselves out. We can love God most times. We can love people most times. But to love ourselves, sometimes it's so difficult for us. So sometimes take yourself out. Somebody must take you out before you go out to eat. Take yourself out. Take yourself shopping. Buy something nice for yourself. You might say, oh, I don't have money. Do something for yourself. Cook for yourself. Cook something you like. Put an extra spice if you want to. Put extra condiments, whatever it is that will make you feel good about yourself. That plate, you have been preserving for when president will come to your house, Go to your house, bring out that plate, wash it very well. Put food inside and eat it by yourself. That clothes you have been preserving for Christmas Day. Tomorrow is not promised, though. Carry that Christmas clothes, wear it today, oh. Dance around with it. Enjoy. Is your own, no? Many of us can love everybody, but we don't know how to love ourselves. Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to take care of yourself. Learn how to enjoy the life that God has given to you. If it is volunteering for a cause that gives you that happiness and that gladness and joy of heart, please go ahead, volunteer for something that has a greater purpose. If it is doing service for others, helping others with something, go ahead and do it. When you help them and they feel relieved, they feel better, you give to an orphanage, you give to those in prison, you give to those who are helpless. If that thing makes you feel better, please go ahead and do it for the sake of yourself. Remember, we're talking about how to manage anxiety in times like this. Do something that truly makes you happy. If it is sewing that makes you happy, sew. If it is cooking that makes you happy, cook. If it is playing sport that makes you happy, go ahead and do sports. If it is dancing and jumping that makes you happy, do it. In fact, if it is dancing in the rain that makes you happy, go ahead and dance in the rain. No matter what the weather is, find ways to make yourself happy. This is one life you have. You discover that as you begin to make yourself happy, as you begin to celebrate yourself, enjoy yourself, love yourself, laugh with yourself, you discover that your anxiety levels will begin to reduce. And this is very, very helpful. All right, let me share with you the next one, number 9. Number 9 way to manage your anxiety is that you have to encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. I am a choleric, and because of a part of my choleric nature, I tend to not only drive others, but I drive myself. So as a matter of fact, I drive myself, like I say, 10 times much more than I drive anybody who works with me. And because of that, you see me, I'm always pursuing one target. I'm always doing one thing. It's always strenuous. It's always stressful. I'm always exhausted and tired because of the numerous targets I set for myself, or because of the so many things I'm trying to do at the same time. But you see, a time comes when I'm able to still balance out the things I do. And I sit back and ask myself and tell myself, Ifeoma, you have tried. You have tried. You have done well. You see, you have to learn how to encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. As a matter of fact, let me tell you the truth. Nobody will encourage you for you. People can say what they like. Sometimes they don't mean it. Sometimes what comes from their mouth is not exactly how they feel in their head and in their heart. So, if you know this, you know that there are people who are sycophants. They are around you, trying to say all the nice things, but their heart is far away from you. So, but the only genuine person that can encourage you is you. Look at yourself. Look at how far you have come. It is true that you have not arrived where you want to get to. Myself, there are places I wanted to get to before now. I have not gotten there yet. But I look back and tell myself, Ify, you are no longer where you used to be. You have advanced. You have gone forward a lot. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself that you have tried. You are not where you used to be. Neither are you where you want to be. But it's something to be grateful for. At least you're no longer where you used to be. You've moved. You have not arrived, but you have moved. Those who used to know you will go back to your previous location and they'll look for you and they'll suddenly discover that you're no longer there. You have advanced. You have moved forward. So encourage yourself. Even if you feel like you have not moved forward, encourage yourself that you are still alive. Oh. The Bible says that even a living dog is better than a dead lion. Encourage yourself. You are still alive. And the moment you are still alive, there is still hope. Your case is not an end case. Your case is not a done case. Your story has not ended. Your chapter has not closed. The one whose chapter has closed is the one that is dead. You are still alive. Appreciate God for life. Thank God that you are still alive. Right? It is true. You may feel like you have not moved forward. You have not done anything. You have not driven. You have not pushed forward. You have not... Listen to me. It is okay. You are alive. Encourage yourself. Because the one that is alive has hope. Tomorrow can still be better for you as long as there is still life. The one who does not have hope is the one who is dead. That one's chapter has ended. That's closed. It has been finalized. So encourage yourself. Whenever you fall into a particular situation and you feel like, oh, this has... I didn't want this to happen. I didn't believe I would get to this point. Tell yourself, it could have been worse, right? It could have been worse, but this is not the worst that could have happened. You still did something. Oh, others have finished school. Since my mates have finished school, they've graduated. Okay, but you're in school now, right? Celebrate, encourage yourself. You are at least in school. There are still some of your age mates who are not in school, right? And they're still alive. And they're still thanking God. They're still joyful and hopeful. So, no matter where you find yourself, encourage yourself. That's not the worst place you could have been. It could have been worse if God's eyes were not on you. It could have been worse if God was not watching over you. It could have been worse if God allowed the enemies, what they planned for you, if you see the script, that the enemy wrote concerning your life, you will kneel down wherever you are and begin to thank God that God did not allow the script of the enemy to manifest in your life. In fact, you are complaining, oh, things are really hard, oh, it's difficult, but you were just like a child that was carried at the back while a battle was being fought. You did not know how difficult the battle was. God fought the battle just like he carried you on his back and you felt the shaking. And it's the shaking you are complaining that your neck is paining you. Meanwhile, the person who carried you took the cuts for you. The person experienced the battle, took knife cuts for your sake. So what you just experienced was just the disturbance from the battle. Encourage yourself. Oh. Tell yourself that it can be better. And it will be better. Tell yourself it is still possible. When you are threatened by time and you're saying, oh, time has gone, the year has ended. And you're looking at, listen to me, stop looking at the calendar. Look at the commander. The commander is the one in charge of your own calendar. The earth might be saying, oh, it's a few days, a few weeks before the year ends. But based on the calendar of the commander believes that in these last few days, in these last few weeks, your life will turn around. Your story will change. Your life will get better. People will begin to favor you. People will begin to remember you. You are looking at, oh, the time has gone. The year has gone. Everything has finished. But remember that the commander is the same one who used only 6 days to create the entire universe. And the remaining days of this year is much more than enough for him to change your story, for him to lift you up, for him to bless you on every side, for him to expand your life and expand your business and expand your ministry and expand your destiny. He is able to do all things. He is able. Stop looking at the calendar. The one who owns the calendar is the commander and he's in your favor. He is on your side. He's rooting for you. He believes that your destiny will be glorious. So stop getting tense and anxious and filled with anxiety. God has a plan, and he's not yet through with you. In fact, I sang a song, and that song says, he has never lost a battle, and he won't start with me. He has never lost a battle. He won't start practicing failure with you. Let me say this again to somebody who wants to listen to me. God will not start practicing failure with you. God has always been a successful God. He has always won every battle, and he will win that battle in your life. He will not start with you. He will not start practicing failure with you. You are too small to break his record. Listen to me. God has kept a record of faithfulness for 6,000 years plus. And he will not break that promise. He will not break that record because of you. He will not break his record of faithfulness. He has always been faithful. In fact, the psalmist David said, I was young, but now I am old. I have never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed beg for bread. This brings me to the last point, the last and final point I'll be sharing with you in today's video. Number 10, how to manage your anxiety. Number 10 is cast all your burdens on Jesus. Cast all your burdens on Jesus. Do you want to know how to manage anxiety? Carry all of them, and cast it on Jesus. Cast your burdens on Jesus because he cares for you. If he carries the weight of the entire world, why do you think that your own weight will be too much for him to carry? He carries the weight of the world on his shoulders. What makes you think he cannot carry your own weight? Your weight is too small. In fact, your weight is flippant before him. Your weight is like vapor before him. Your weight is nothing. All those burdens that you're having, all this pain and pressure and worry and anxiety that is in your life, carry it and put in the hand of Jesus. He knows how to care for you. Think about it. From when you were a child, you started worrying. You started worrying about passing primary 3 exam. You worried about passing junior WAEC. You worried about passing senior WAEC. You worried about entering university. You worried about, has it not been obvious to you that it is God who has kept you from that time till now? Has it not been obvious to you that there's somebody who has been carrying your burdens for you? Cast all your burdens on Jesus, for he cares for you. If a hospital looks at your case and thinks they cannot treat your case, there's something they call referral. They will refer you to a bigger hospital. Listen to me, when they refer you to a bigger hospital, they don't go to that big hospital and start saying, not our patient that will refer to you. How is he doing? What are you giving the patient? Have you given the patient morning medication or afternoon medication? No. Once it is referred, it is referred. It is not the business of the big hospital. Listen to me. Refer your case to Jesus. Refer all of it. Give it over to him. I know as human beings, we'll see ourselves worrying, we'll see ourselves thinking of tomorrow, but the Bible says, cast your burdens upon Jesus because he cares for you. The Bible says in the book of Philippians, he said, be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. But in everything, through prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God. He said, and the God of all grace, he will saturate your heart with peace that passes all understanding. Be anxious for nothing. Be anxious. That is making you to tremble. That is making you to shake. Refer it to God. He can handle you. Let me say it again. He can handle you. He can handle your pressure. He can handle your burden. He can handle your pain. He can handle your depression. He can handle that thing that is giving you sleepless night. He can handle it. Yes. Let me say it again. He can handle it. He has proved himself faithful over the years. He has handled bigger issues. Your own is an ice cream case before him. He's making you to lose sleep, Abby. He's making you to feel uncomfortable, right? He's making you to feel that kind of tight notch in your stomach. Refer it to him. He can take care of you. So today, these are the few things I decided to share with you on how to manage your anxiety in times like this. I believe that you have been heavily impacted. I believe that this video has made a lot of sense in your life. I believe that this video is a solution to the problem you are going through, or the solution to the problem that somebody around your life is going through right now. Manage your anxiety and all will be well. Remember that eventually you will be fine. Eventually you will be fine. I'd like you to type it in the comment section and say, eventually I'll be fine. Eventually everything will be fine. Type it in the comment section. That's how we end today's video. Thank you so much for watching today on Checkpoint. I really appreciate you. Please do go ahead and share the video. Because of the videos you share, our message is reaching a wider audience, and I'm indeed very grateful. Until I come your way again, keep making a positive, indelible mark in the lives of people and on the sands of time. I love you so much. Bye-bye for now. Mwah. Hi everyone, I hope you are blessed by that message. All right, so I want you to just go ahead and support us. If you are led, go ahead and just sow into the account right on the screen. And I know that as you do that, God will bless you big time. Because of the seeds you are sowing, you will be able to reach a wider audience on different platforms. So please do well to sow that seed, and God will bless you. Love you.